headed to the Archbishop Reyes or Palace because we're looking for an exorcist to exorcise the house. As advised by Christine, who is a practicing spiritualist, and advised by Sean, Father Sean. So we're headed that way to find out if we can schedule one. So I'll see you there.
He knew about this stuff, but he wasn't in the same island. So I asked him, would you know any exorcists? And he suggested 3 priests, all of which were at the Archdiocese. So we went there and tried to find one of them. To our dismay, none of them were available at all. What we had to do was we went to the administration office and we had to speak to someone who at least show us the direction. Then one of the staff mentioned Father Alvin. So we spoke with Father Alvin. Like, we discussed our problem. We told him that, you know, this house is old. It had some situations to be handled, unfortunate events. And he suggested Father Russell. Now, I didn't know then that Father Russell was the one that took over Father McKinley's congregation after he died the same year. It's kind of, wow, you know, something's leading us to one next to another. He gave him a text, and Father Russell replied the evening after. After scheduling to meet, I was really nervous about meeting an exorcist all over again. It sounded very strong, firm, well experienced, and said, you know, just wait a bit, we'll meet the evening after. So we had lunch somewhere. I discussed my anxiety about seeing an exorcist and how he does things. As we headed there, I didn't know the area. It was hot, we drove a cab towards their place. It was the right decision because there was no parking space at all. We actually made a mistake. We stopped by St. Joseph Church. The one we were looking for was St. Mary's Little Children's Congregation right across the street. So we went across the street and we met with Father Russell. He put us in a room. We said our prayers and he gave me the floor. We discussed it for hours and he understood. Then he explained he was a protege of Father McKinley. He discussed about, you know, these situations have been prevalent. It's been going on, a long battle nobody talks about, and they've been trying to get people to understand that this evil does exist. So I explained to him about the house, about the situation, about that somebody died there recently, that this house needs to be scrutinized and looked after. We scheduled a day to begin, and he required us to do our confession prior to doing the exorcism. And we scheduled that day for our confession. A week after, we scheduled for the exorcism and deliverance.